Dear listener, I'm inside the kitchen now with Keshav's mom.
Hello, Jason.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so happy to meet you.
You know, you're from India.
I am.
You're from, wow. Told me that today you're making a goat biryani from scratch.
That's right. Goat Biryani.
Oh my gosh, do you hear the accent? Doesn't get more authentic than that. So, could we get started?
Certainly.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So first, of course, we heat our pot and then in goes the oil. So the first thing we do is we drop the spices in. Whole cinnamon, we have whole cloves. There goes the zira, there goes the small cardamom. This now is moti elaichi or large cardamom. This is extremely aromatic. I've pureed the onion, so this will be very enhancing. Yeah, and I'm going to singe it till it gets nice and brown.
It's amazing how you could bring your traditions from India, because you lived across there. Then you met your husband, who is Trinidadian.
It's one of those amazing stories. He happened to be a student in India, and I was the anchor of a talk show on Doordarshan television. He played bansuri, flute, he played harmonium, he played santoor. In India, in 1973, Chandradath Singh played pan for national television. And I feel that he was the first to be on national television playing this unique instrument of Trinidad and Tobago. So he was a great cultural ambassador. In 5 months, we were married in India and came to live in Trinidad. As children, we lived in England. My mother would tell me that this thing called curry powder. So she showed it to the cook.
Right.
And he was surprised because in India we did not, in those days, cook with a mix that was ready-made. When she showed it to him, he said, ye badi achhi cheez hai, which means this is a very interesting thing. And he started to use it. So I do believe it is the West Indians who developed this convenience of a curry powder, introduced it in England, and the Indians started to use it, and then the years passed and India started producing curry powders. So that oil separating is telling you that your masala is cooked.
When you say the word masala, what do you mean by that?
I would love to tell you. Masal is grind, masalna is the act of grinding, and so the word masala. Isn't that interesting?
You know, not very often we get someone on the show who speaks fluent Hindi.
So now the meat is goat meat. I have to cook the yogurt into the masala. So this is
Really?
Yes. So I want to add now the paprika to give it the color.
Okay.
I was intrigued by the fact that the cuisine of Uttar Pradesh, Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, that is the central belt of northern India, that is the cuisine you have here. But the introduction of curry pole is purely by the South Indians. And when the shipload left from India, from the port of Calcutta, if there was a shortfall of indentured workers from the north, it would stop in the port of Madras. In Madras, they would pick up other workers. And thus the South Indians came to be in Trinidad and Tobago. The islands were called Chinia Deep. Well, it was then one island, Trinidad. Chini is sugar. Chinia Deep is Sugar Island. So the name Chini Deep sounds a bit like Trinidad, and they came to work in the sugarcane plantation.
They did, yes. Wow, look at that, people.
And I think I'm going to drizzle some salt. Of course, it was seasoned with salt, so I'm going to cover it, allow it to cook completely.
Beautiful.
And then we're making the biryani.
So this is what it looks like when the goat is cooked, right?
Indeed, it's all beautifully cooked. You look how lovely and thick the gravy is. We have hard-boiled basmati rice. So we begin with a layer of gravy.
You know, you've had pilau here already, right?
Of course.
And you know the pilau burns at the bottom. We call it bun bun.
The bun bun is the best part.
You see, in every culture, there's bun bun. And you just want to put the rice in like that in a beautiful layer. It smells so good. The rice is so fragrant, boy.
Basmati means fragrant. Bas is smell. Basmati means fragrant.
I didn't know that.
Rice.
Look at that, sir.
This is a layer of bandhania, the mint layers, a touch of lime juice,
Really?
lime or lemon. the odd piece of butter, when everything is better with butter.
Oh, yes.
And this is saffron, that is the real stamens of the crocus flower that are so aromatic, and I've soaked them in warm milk. Now here we have just ordinary dough, and this dough is going to help to seal the lid, because when this pot goes in the oven, it's going to steam through. The butter is going to melt, and all the goodness is going to permeate.
Beautiful. Finally, we've reached to this point. Of course, that great formula that your mom came up together with that biryani. I mean, today's been a prolific day. I really enjoyed myself. Your mom did this also, the writer.
Pomegranate raita.
We got cucumbers, tomatoes, pomegranate inside here. Let me work on this side.
There you go, go ahead.
So I'm just going to crack it open here. She did say it locks in the steamer.
Right, that's the point, right?
We put this on the ground.
Let's break these layers. There's a complex layering going on here.
Look how great that looks, guys. That's that good stuff right there. It's almost like crispy onion rings, right?
Right, exactly.
So you go on top. Oh, look how brilliant that looks. Typically, this is a cooling agent, so usually if anything that is spicy, this kind of quells it down a little bit.
Yes,
and brings in a little bit of richness. Look at that, people.
It's quintessentially desi, you know? Oh my god. It's amazing. Wow.